That being said, we have a special guest today, uh, a legend in his own right from our days of the School of Middle. We're excited to have him. And again, we hope that we have a great time. We hope that this is a great episode for y'all. Enjoy. And ladies and gentlemen, to us, we know him as Mr. Nuñez. And here's a slight delay of letting him. Oh,
Hey.
hey, round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.
Who is see, Juan Delgado? Oh, look at this guy. It's Jesus. Oh, my goodness. What's up, Edward?
Jesus.
Do I know Diana? I don't know who Diana is. Do I know you?
Oh no, she's the couch potatoes intern, sir.
She's Diana.
Yeah, but thanks. We just want to give you the thanks for joining the show, having you on. But yeah, I know Diana wanted to start off this conversation real quick, so I'm gonna give it off to our intern to set this up.
Well, hi, my name is Diana. I'm friends with these knuckleheads. But yeah, I mean, I personally don't know you, so the only thing I kind of know is just that you were middle school teacher. I kind of wanted to, I guess, get to know you a little bit to begin with. So kind of the first.
Go ahead.
No, they were just like who are you type of questions.
Right. So what's your question? What do you want to know? Let's see. Go for it.
So for the first part is how many years have you been teaching?
Oh man. So as an educator, I started as a TA way back in my 20s and stuff. So I was working as a TA for a while, which led to my, making the decision to become a teacher because I got to see how teachers work, how kids were. So I started off as a teacher, as a TA, and finished up school, and then became a substitute teacher in 1999. Who was around in 1999? Nobody. You were around? So
4 years.
4 years old? You were 4 years old? So in 99, I started as a sub, and I worked as for a month, as a sub. And then I became an elementary school teacher at Middleton Elementary in HP. Who went to Middleton? No one?
Middleton, right here.
Who did? Hey, so I probably knew most of your teachers. They were there. They're still there. Some of them are still there. So, yeah, Miss Castillo, oh my God, you would probably have to give me their names so I could probably, remember them.
A lot.
No,
Keep going.
No one in particular?
Miss Barron.
No, I don't remember her.
Mr. Torres.
Sounds familiar. Keep going.
Miss Hernandez.
Sounds familiar. I'm bad with names, but I'm pretty sure the faces. I probably remember the faces and stuff. But listen, from there, I just worked there 4 years, and then I jumped over to Gage, and I was there like straight 14, 15 years almost. 14, 15 years, Lewis, at Gage. And 10 years, I think it was the second year that we started that film program, that, the little studio where we opened it up because of Mr. What's his name? Mr. Billet. And from there, you guys had Billet probably. And from there, we just ran with it. You know what I mean? Learning on the fly, just, trying to make music, trying to make videos. So then from there, I left and I became a teacher at Mace's, which is a new school. It's the last school the district built, called Maywood Center for Enriched Studies in Maywood. It's a magnet program. Super cool. I mean, excited about giving those kids in that corner of the district a little opportunity to do what I did at the magnet program there and Gage and stuff. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay.
Oh.
Well,
Anything else? You want to ask anything else?
Yeah. So, what subjects and grades, I guess, do you teach or have taught?
So, what I used to say is, "What do you want to learn?" I used to say, I don't know if you remember, Lewis. I said, "I can teach you anything." They would say, "What do you teach?" And I said, "What do you want to know?"
Yeah.
That was my my little side joke.
Yeah.
But I taught pretty much, well, elementary. I taught English, I taught science, media arts. Um, I mean, what else? I'm a coach. I'm actually a golf coach right now, Lewis. I'm a golf coach. I get to go golf and get paid to do it. How you like them
That's
apples? Right? That's what's up. I can't. Hey, and the girls, I'm talking about kids that have never played before. We took second place.
damn.
awesome.
We
Congrats.
took second place, man. These girls were improving so much. Unfortunately, our boys' season got cut because of this whole pandemic. But
okay.
man, I got me some. Hey, we're gonna make some waves when that season kicks up again. Watch. You played golf, didn't you, Lewis?
Yeah,
Did you play golf?
I played in
Yes,
high
you did.
school. Yeah,
You
yeah, yeah.
did.
You did
Yeah, I
too.
remember that.
Right?
How fun
Oh.
was that?
It was great. It's funny they brought Diana also played golf as well.
Did you?
That's how we
Oh,
became friends through the golf team.
And how cool is it that you get to leave school to go play golf?
Oh, for me, it was pretty dope. I was like, man, get out of here, shoot some,
Yeah.
9 holes. It's all good.
Right?
Couple of times, just saying.
You did? I'm saying what? Say it again.
I beat Lewis a couple of times. Just
I believe it. I believe it because no, I'm serious because some of the girls, look, boys, they always go out there, they try to smash it. They
Yeah,
think it like they
that's
think
true.
they could they think it's all about strength and power. No, it's got to be that nice little finesse touch,
Finesse, yeah,
you
there
know. So girls, I really enjoy like when they come out and they see themselves improving. I'm like, yeah, because you don't have to be super strong, right? Flexible is the key, right? You got to be able to like get all the way back there and rotate. So I think girls have that advantage over guys.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And,
they don't.
and it's
They don't
funny,
overthink.
real quick segue. I don't mean to cut it off, Diana, but real quick, it reminded me because our high school was or at least within our district of the teams, was the only team that had girls on it.
Uh-huh.
So we used to joke that we had the advantage that every time we went to a match, all the boys on the team would be like, oh, ladies are playing with us. Okay. But yeah, but it's crazy they mentioned that because, wow, now I'm thinking about the old days playing golf and whatnot. But, I definitely want to get back on soon, hopefully, when
Yeah.
all this is, yeah.
I know it's open. We can go out there, but I'm still kind of like hesitant to go out there and do anything just yet. But it's
We
all
all
good,
are.
though. We'll get out
Yeah,
there.
we all are.
Yeah, huh?
Oh man, oh man.
All right. Anything else, Dan? Did you have any? I mean, yeah, just keep shooting, man.
yeah. So I guess the next question is how was it having like these guys in your classroom? If you remember.
Man. All right, so I just got off of a Zoom right now on a panel that started at 3:00, and this former classmate of mine, he's a pastor in Bellflower, and
Oh, damn.
they actually started this panel, and they invited an old English teacher who lives in Boston, who's a superintendent of a small district in Boston. So he jumped on, and there were a couple of other panelists and stuff, and some what I call high school classmates of mine that we all jumped on just to say hi and also give our opinion on it. So we talked about how we can still call this guy up, our old English teacher. Just like Lewis, you can call me up. I can still call up my old English teacher. He's 61 years old. He's a superintendent of a district, right? What you would think, like we have nothing in common. No, we have everything in common because he valued that time that we spent together. Just like, the time that these guys were in my class. And I know, it was all school and this and that, but we had some good times too. You guys were a blast. I mean, we had that video, the Michael Jackson video.
Oh,
Who remembers that one? Johnny, were you in there?
Yeah,
Johnny,
he
you
was
were in
there.
You was in it too? No, you weren't in it?
No, but I think
No.
you had posted it on the school website,
I
so
know, they
everybody
took-
could see it.
They took off the website,
Yeah.
but
Good.
Lewis did the Michael Jackson lead on that one, which, I mean, you guys killed it. All right, so how fun was this? I tell them, all right, guys, it's Halloween. We got to do something. Let's do a Michael Jackson Thriller video. And they're like, okay. and you guys rehearsed for a whole week.
That's right.
For a
Yep.
whole
Yep.
week, they rehearsed it. It wasn't perfect. It was cheesy. It was cheesy. It was in the back of
By the
you know,
bungalows.
by the bungalows. You guys were all shuffling in the dirt. There was no grass. It was it was cheesy. But you guys, man, that right there was the kind of stuff that made it so much fun to see you guys produce those little videos. The music that you guys did. You were such a big Run DMC fan, and you did the little remakes and stuff. I still got those. I still got all those songs, by the way. I still play them for kids, and they're like, "What? What does it say? What did it say?" They have no idea how hard that stuff is, to produce those videos, right? Or anything creative with music.
Yeah.
Not everybody could do it. So I really appreciate you guys, always, never saying, no, we don't want to do that. What for? Because there's some kids that won't. Right? Remember we did the comedy show?
Oh, it was like a whole talent show. Yeah, I remember.
No. Okay, yeah. No, wait. We did one but we did a comedy show with, we remember we closed up the studio, we put the spotlight.
Oh, that's
and we
right.
had, you were the host, and
Yeah,
you hosted a little comedy show in the little thing. Remember Jesus Molina? He was
Oh,
a
that's
comedian.
right. Jeebus. Yeah.
Jeebus was bagging and stuff. Oh my God. You had Mr. Billet cracking up. He's like, oh my God, he is so funny. He just thought you were so hilarious. Because I guess you were right up in his comedy spectrum and stuff. And I just remember him looking at you, and he just could not stop laughing. I was like, oh my God, look at that. So we used to do stuff like that. Remember comedy shows, talent shows. What else? Yeah, those talent shows, we ended up taking them to the big stage. We would do the little imitation ones. We do the practice runs inside the studio, and then we take it to the big stage. And I'm still doing those at the schools, man. I'm still producing talent shows with what do you call it? With the new school that I'm at. They got a whole brand new stage. Oh, those you just see, man. They got a soundboard, a light board that I don't even know how to, man, they got wireless, man, Louis. The principal's like, hey, we need audio equipment. And he goes, put together a quote. And I said, okay. And I said, damn, man, it's gonna cost about $5,000. I don't think he's gonna say nothing. He didn't even blink. He spent almost close to $7,000 worth of speakers, mixers. Oh man, I could have threw in lasers, and I could have threw in so many things, that he would have dude, it was like me in a candy store, dude. He's like, we DJ'd every Saturday, every Friday. We break out the DJ system, big old bass woofers. And this principal sometimes would go out there and mingle with the kids, and he'd come up walking all fast to the DJ booth. And I'm sitting there going, oh snap, here we go. What happened? He goes, I can't hear it. You need to turn it up. You can't. I'm like, this dude's crazy. He's the principal and telling me, bump that. I can't hear it. Let me feel it, because I want to be able to feel it all the way on the other side of campus. And I got to the point where I'm like, man, Mom, I can't do this no more, man. I need to wear earplugs because it was so loud. He wanted to hear it every time. And the crazy part is he wanted to hear California Love by Dre. That was his song. He would say, bump that, play California Love. I'm like, dude, I don't know if he understands what the lyric says, but here it goes. And we would mix it up and stuff. So, but yeah, man, I'm still doing that, man. I'm still living the dream of playing music, making videos. I actually produced a song with some kids. I wrote some lyrics, and and then some girl jumped on, and she wrote some lyrics about the school, and we ended up doing a little anthem for the school, and we produced a video, and it was it's still cheesy. I always say, okay, the first one's gonna be cheesy, but you can only go up, right?
Yeah.
That's the only thing I keep saying, and I keep finding these kids, Louis. I keep finding them. They're like, hey, mister, can I sing? And I'm like, and I hear them sing. I'm like, oh my God, where did you learn how to sing like that? I don't know, nothing. Just, there was this kid, a little high schooler. He was singing like Michael Bublé stuff. Yes, like, but like I'm talking about, like he was killing it though. He, you know, like he had this like unique voice. But that's the kind of stuff that he would like to sing, and I was okay with it. I'm like, man, you can sing anytime, man. That sounds dope. Any little ones, little sixth graders that can knock it out of the park too. So I'm still finding those little hidden gems.
So basically, what I took from that is Louis is the class clown.
Nah,
Oh,
Lewis was just nah. Lewis was like, he was down. Lewis was like, okay, I'm down to do this. Like he wasn't shy. You know, respectful, did his homework, but at the same time he was like, what we doing next? You know, he wasn't scared. That's what it was. And I'm pretty sure you see that from his dancing skills or what else? His ability to, did somebody fall off? What happened? Edward, you okay? You fell, Edward? You all right?
Nah, yeah, I just had to go get my phone.
Let me see if I got my old laptop. Oh, snap. Look at this.
Is that the one that has everything on it?
It has everything on it. This is the one. Look, it's even falling apart. Look.
Oh my!
I saw it take-
I'm afraid to lose it. I'm afraid to like leave, you know, because it has so much so much music on here. I don't have a charger for this.
You haven't saved it to like a drive?
I think oh shoot, it just turned on. Oh snap. There it is. Let's see how much battery power I got. Let's see if I can find Lewis's Lewis's. Every now and then I find them and stuff. It's funny. I got very little power on there. So what else? What else you guys want to
Oh, well, that actually I was wondering. So, I mean, what would you say? And I'm sure you had many favorites, but what would you say was the one big project as a class that we did? Like, what was your favorite one? Like, just a class project that we had in that media class.
Well, I think anything that had to do with being creative. So, I mean, it's just a couple. The fact that you would, you know, oh, what about that claymation one you did? You also did man, those were hard, man.
Yeah,
You
we
know,
used Lego. I think I used Legos.
you did Legos.
Oh,
You did a
man.
Lego one. So anything that you guys put enough time and energy into, for example, the little comedy show was so great, was so spontaneous and so fun because we turned the lights down and we had it looking
Yeah.
like a little club,
With a
right?
mic stand too. I
With
remember
a
that.
mic stand. That was so fun. That was so like, you know, it was the jokes were clean too. You know what I mean? Like you guys did a clean set, you know? What else? I don't remember too many of the videos other than just the what else? The music stuff. I really enjoyed all those remakes of songs with the science. So get this. You guys remember those?
were dope.
I
You
still remember
remember those?
I remember
Yeah,
like
those are
3
dope.
bars from mine.
Yeah, see? You remember? Dude, I have so many of these songs that were redone that I don't remember the original lyrics anymore because the other ones were so catchy. You know what I mean? Like the actual so this one started, it was the first year of the magnet program, and there was a student, her name is Stacy Ayala, and I'll never forget because she rewrote the lyrics to Santeria by Sublime.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I remember you showed us that.
And I was like, and again, I'm watching this like amazing like experience because one, she sang it, two, she rewrote it, and she did it in one take, by the way. One take. And that right there always floored me. I was like, you know how many times I've had to redo songs every time I record a song? Like I do like spoof songs and stuff like that. And I have to like go back and redo it again, go back and redo it. And then you guys go in there and just kill it, right? One take.
And one
Naturals. Like, oh, okay, look, this is how I do it. I'm like, damn, I wish, you know, I could do that. You know, that's what I'm looking forward to. That one day when the kids like, hey, Nuñez, remember we used to record in your little studio and blah, blah, blah. And all of a sudden, And which, by the way, I actually have like actual equipment now, like recording equipment, like an interface and stuff like that.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You know, whereas before we had the little microphone, you had to hold it and stuff, you know, all
Remember
cheesy.
that?
Yeah, so you know, homemade. Oh my God, homemade booths where you had to stick your head so there's a
Oh
sound booth.
yeah.
Remember
yeah.
that? You remember that?
On the
You made
side.
a box. You made a box. You put it in the computer. You stick your head in there so that nobody else could record because you had like 5 different recordings going on in the same classroom.
I remember that.
That was funny. But yeah, man. So I think that's what keeps me coming back to teaching, man. Because the other stuff is, you know, I mean, it pays the bills, but the other stuff is that, you know, it's the stuff we did with you guys is the fun stuff, you know. I don't know. It just makes you guys so unique in that sense, you know, like the creative ones. Jesus, I don't know. I hope we could keep it moving because I mean now with distance learning, I don't know how we're gonna do it. You know, I don't think I'll be able to like. I can. I'm sure there's a way. You know, like we could Zoom and you know do a recording session or something like that. You know, but it's just gonna be different.
Yeah, and I was wondering because this popped up. I don't know if you remember, but we did like an off-site project. I don't know what it was, like a organization that came to the school, and we went. Yeah,
Oh,
what
was that
program was
yours?
that?
All right,
Yeah,
so that was through the Kennedy Center. The
yeah, I remember
Kennedy Center. They pretty much fund and they pay filmmakers to go and film. So that was you. That was your class.
Yeah, we want to go to interview an artist at this artist
Yes.
village. I don't remember where it was.
Yes,
Yeah.
it was in downtown. No, it's over there off of Santa Fe. It's called the Art. It's called the Art Colonies, and basically it's where all artists live. And then
Yeah.
they make their art. And we went to go in her house. Remember her? We filmed all her art in her house and stuff. And you know what was funny about that was that they chose her, but then afterwards, you remember those 2 Latino guys that we met? Do you remember the 2 Latino guys that were helping us?
Yeah, yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
And it's like, wait a minute, shouldn't we be filming about these guys because they're a little bit more related to us? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I finally realized, hey, and you want to know some racist crap? When we were filming, you want to, again, talk about like times have not changed.
Yeah.
When you guys were there, we were some people were recording inside her house and other people were waiting outside in her little patio area, like a waiting area. And this guy, again, he's an artist that lives there because that's the only people that live there. He goes like, "What are you guys doing here?"
That's right.
Remember that?
Oh, I remember that.
Big old stink because
It was awkward.
we know
What?
what he was saying. Yeah, he was like calling us like he had never seen, I guess, so many Mexican kids in one area. Which, by the way, we all had equipment. We're sitting in like director's chairs. We're lounging, and we're like, but he had a real big problem with us being there. So if anyone's ever said like, because that's what with the last panel we're talking about, like the first time we experienced racism or any type of discrimination. For you guys, remember that, Louis? I mean, you don't forget those. You were there filming a project through the Kennedy Center, right? And I think I, you know, looking back now, I should have said something. I should have got his name. I should have, you know what I mean? So for you guys, man, I gotta say, you guys are in a, man, one, you're in a perfect position to start making these changes, you know, especially with your vote. We were just talking about that, like seriously voting, you know, in the next couple of years, voting for all this change through, you know, our elected officials and policies and, you know what I mean? But be involved, get out there, you know? So platforms like this, I think you guys are going to be able to like continue to, you know, get momentum, you know, bring some people on that are going to be, you know, making, I don't know, a positive change towards something. So for sure, I think you guys are, man, you guys are going to be, all eyes are on you guys. Yeah. I mean, me too as an educator, but man, it's the youth. You guys are out there, right?
No, yeah.
Who's out there stealing stuff though? I don't want to hear. I don't want to. At work, you better hide those shoes. You better not open up that cabinet. I don't want to see what's in that cabinet. All right.
How you doing, mister?
Don't open that cabinet. I don't want to see no shoes and stuff. Right. want food.
Yo, mister.
What's up?
So speaking about things haven't changed, how was it growing up in Watts back in the day?
So we talked about that too. And all right, the good. You want to know the good or the bad? What do you want to know? What do you want to know
Well,
first?
we want to oh,
The whole
So
thing.
the whole thing. All right. So I mean, it was. I mean, that was in the 70s and the 80s. There was a specific type of officer, and those guys were jerks. And those are the ones that were. I mean, they had jobs, and then eventually they're the ones that became. They were the corrupt cops that were shooting people, that were planting evidence. They ended up becoming, getting arrested, and their cases were a bunch of cases were thrown out for people that so those guys were real. I mean, I experienced racism from cops. For example, I remember one time I was driving my mom's car. This was after high school, and this was in Linwood, and my mom had a beat up car. It was like an Impala. What was it? No, Bel Air. Big old boat kind of a car, right? And I'm playing. First of all, it's a stock radio from the 60s. It was a car from it was a 68, 69 Bel Air. So I didn't have a
oh
boom
my God.
system. I had a little crappy whatever was in there from the 60s.
Yeah.
You know, where you had to push the button so that it'll change to the next station? You ever see those?
Yeah. Isn't it?
Right? So I'm listening to KRLA, which was an oldie station. Okay. And
Oh
the
yeah.
sheriff he makes a left, and he turns. I'm making a left, but then he pulls up right beside me, and he yells, "Turn that wetback music off." And I lowered the what do you call it? I said, "What? Excuse me? Hello? What?" I didn't know. He shocked me, and he says, "Yeah, turn that wetback music off." And he just drove off, and I'm sitting there going, "What the hell? How's it wetback music? It's in English." Years later, I'm like, it was probably, I don't know. It was probably Elvis or so. I don't know what they were playing. It's like, how's that wetback music? You know what I mean? It wasn't even in Spanish, right? So that's how racist those guys were. Now, you had to like be real slick and make sure that you didn't get caught up and always looking over your car. To this day, I can spot a cop car out of the corner of my eye. Straight up. If a cop car is sitting in the corner, you know how they sometimes hide? Right?
Yeah.
I can see.
Yeah.
I can in my rearview mirror. We used to train ourselves to see the difference in headlights on a car. In a rearview mirror, you can sit there and you look up. It's like, hey, one time behind us, and sure enough, it was like, ooh, you know what I mean? Put your seatbelt on, just act all normal and stuff. Or when the lights turn on, to this day, my stomach still sinks every time the light turns on. Like, ooh, I'm a grown man. I got insurance. I ain't had a ticket in I don't know how many years, and I still get a little like, oh shoot, here we go. How you doing, officer? How you? Yes, I'm still where where other people, right, the privileged ones would sit there and go, why you pull me over? What do you want? Cop an attitude, and might get off with a, okay, I'm just gonna give you a warning, as opposed to like,
Warning you.
yeah. So that sense, there was, but because I lived in a rough neighborhood, that was probably the only racism that we had to worry about was coming from those cops. And man, I went to a school where I was blessed to be able to go to school with, because my teacher, the English teacher, he's white. My coaches were all either black or Hispanic or Latinos. And then I went to school with black and Mexicans, right? Mexicans, that's pretty much it. I mean, probably one Puerto Rican. He was Puerto Rican and Mexican. So so that was predominantly what I experienced. And then that rough neighborhood, like you couldn't walk home when the public schools came out. You would get jumped in a minute. So we got out early because we were private school, and then we walked home sometimes because the bus was like, hey, the bus is gonna come late, so let's just walk home. And we would walk on the tracks and just be like, just literally watching our back, right, making sure that we wouldn't come across anybody. So that right there, I mean, the way I saw it was, screw it, we need to man up, and we need, whatever happens. So it was kind of like a rite of passage. And it was like, you kind of earned your stripes that way, and you held your own. And if somebody came up to you, you better carry yourself a certain way. So, for example, nah, man, I don't bang, or nah, I don't, you couldn't show fear. Um, you held yourself up kind of like, a certain way, and they would look at you and go, man, this dude's crazy. What the hell? But yeah, hip hop, I think, it has been really key in because it's look what it's done. It's created so many. It's a what is it? It's a culture, $1 billion culture. I mean, it's gone into every aspect of American life, whether people want to believe it or not, right? It's into clothing, right? Clothing, music, movies, speaking, right? The way we speak, dance moves. Whenever I see the little TikTok moves, I'm like, that's not original. Well, first of all they're doing is copying somebody else. Nobody's coming up with new moves, and that's the kind of thing that irritates me about TikToks. It's like, I go, wait a minute. So they're just copying somebody else's moves that somebody else came up with. They're not doing nothing new. They're not creating anything, and they're making millions off of this. How is that? See what I'm saying? Like, that's not hip hop. That's not a creative culture. That's not moving forward. That's not, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And the ones that are doing it, right, are the kids in the inner cities, and no one's paying attention to them. And I'm gonna say it because they ain't white. They ain't white. That's the thing that irritates me. Is like, compare the ones that did the original dance, the ones that created it, right? Like the African American girl who created the which is the one?
Oh, the renegade dance.
The renegade.
Yeah. That's right.
She created that. She made that. But yeah, who made money off of it? The white kids. Ooh. And now we
That's
we
all
should
music.
be having, no, but we should have these conversations now of the systemic
Yep.
racism that's there. A lot of people, and that's where you guys don't like that. Do not like those little videos when you see your little cousin. It's like, you know what? Make your own video. Stop copying somebody else.
You're whack.
You're whack, right? Be original, right?
Yeah.
Don't and they're gonna probably shut you down. Oh, you're being a bully. It's like, no, this is exactly what the problem is. You're not giving people credit.
I heard you're also like in my uncle's seminar group, I guess it is.
Who you know?
Frank?
You know Frank?
That's my uncle.
How's Frank your uncle?
Guadalupe's my grandma.
Guadalupe. Who's Guadalupe?
Miss Carranza.
That's right. Lupe is in there. Yeah, that's right. Hey man, you need to join that. I don't know what you've been doing, man. You sleeping on that, brother?
I took a few classes, but it's a year long.
Exactly, brother. You sleeping on that one, bro. Louis.
I know. All my cousins have.
Yeah, exactly. So you sleeping on that one. Hey, Louis. Paco, the guy you're gonna interview, he met Frank when he was 19 years old. Fast forward to right now, he has his own business, properties, wrote a book, has I mean, you know what I mean? Like that changed his life. That changed his life in terms of, like, he could have been just working at a bank and having, just a menial whatever paying job. Didn't go to college, right? He's a business owner. I look up to him, and he's a young cat. He's in his 30s, right? And not to mention all the other cats that have been through that program through Frank, because I met Frank at Middleton. I go back to Middleton with Frank, and I saw him and his other friend too, Delgado. And those two cats, man, they started a revolution in terms of like helping their community, one group at a time, small group. Fast forward like 15 years now, and man, they've made so many people so successful. Like, it's like they run out of fingers to count all those people, right? Johnny knows. He should talk to. That's why Lupe's back in there, because Lupe saw what they've done and where they go and where they travel and how they live their life. And it's like that right there, Louis, man, for you guys, if you get started on that right now, man, there's some young cats in there, 18 years old, 19 years old, and they're doing the work. It's not easy. You gotta be really tough mentally, but he walks you through it. He does baby steps for you. You know, um, it's a level of commitment that you gotta put in. And I tell you, man, those people, um, so humble, so freaking loving, and at the same time amazing when you hear the story. You know, there's a girl. How old are you, Diana?
24.
Nice. Okay, so there's, and you probably ask Lupe. Ask Lupe is who to you? Your tia?
My grandma.
Oh, your grandma. Ask your grandma. Okay, there's a girl named Edie's Iris, something like that. She's 26. She just bought her house last year. She owns a house at 26. Okay, so she had no plans on buying a house. She had no plans on owning anything. She just joined the group because her brother was going to do it, and her brother dropped out. And a year later, to the day, no, something like that. When Frank introduced her, she's like, "Yeah, I'm getting my keys and stuff like that." I had no plans, and it's like, you know what? But this thing, this process, the mastermind group got them thinking about, like, what do you want? Is it worth it? Are you willing to put in the time and the energy and blah blah blah? And guess what? It's all that stuff that teachers tell you, but you don't listen. It's all that thing. It's all that stuff that life tells you, but you don't learn until it's too late. Okay. And this group, I'm telling you, man, those dudes are making people, changing their lives left and right. I've heard so many stories over the years, and youngsters too. Um, we're talking millionaires here, and no joke. We're talking like people that got like serious, like, I mean, I don't know that. I mean, before that group, I only knew a couple of people that had money, but now this group, so and so, so and so, so and so, paid off houses. They're living off of just income. They have businesses, what else? Like this young girl, she's like, I'm gonna pay off my house in a little bit, blah blah blah. So I mean, it's amazing. It's amazing that you know, and it's no secret. This stuff has been around for years. He just started to introduce it to the Latino community about 15 years ago. Um, so he would be interesting to have in terms of, like, I mean, that's your uncle, man. I don't know why you don't have him on. Why you got me? You should have him on. He's the one that you should have on before Paco. Because
Yo.
Paco's more relatable in terms of age, because you guys can relate to him. But he tell it like it is, you know. Um, Me personally, I think that as far as the youth right now, social consciousness is important. But if you can't help yourself, you can't help the other person. So you got to do some things. You got to have some things in place, a certain mindset, some skills, routine, right? To be able to look. This is the book. This is the book we're reading right now. Am I right? This is the one your grandma has.
Yeah, she
Yep.
reads it every day.
She's reading. Hey, I read it every day too, and that's my routine. Ask her, right? Take my notes. I got all my little routine. So that's key right there. If you're interested, Johnny, you ain't gotta wait for nobody. You can ask your grandma. Say, hey, grandma, can you take me? I want to take Lewis. I want to take the squad. I want to take the squad so they can see what it's all about. And
So his ranch, taking
to
him
the
down there.
ranch. See, you've been there. See, you know more than I do. You
Come
should,
on,
man.
Johnny.
Johnny's sleeping. Hey, he don't want you guys. He don't want you guys to sleep. That's what it is, man. Johnny's holding out, man.
Yeah.
You know what it is? Johnny's afraid because if you guys go, y'all gonna leave him behind. That's what it is, huh, Johnny. Watch, Diana. You go, and you leave these guys behind. Straight up. You're gonna be a homeowner, and you be like, damn, Diana left us behind. What happened? She's not a real friend. She's not a real friend. She was our intern too, dog. Damn, dog. Diana, I'm telling you, I'm not lying. This is real stuff. Like, this is, it's the stuff they don't teach you in school. This is stuff that life teaches you. But you got mentors there. You got people that are like pushing you. Man, I can't even begin to tell you all the people that are like, oh man, like, yeah, like I'm serious, man. They live in life. They're living it, you know. So especially right here that you're young, man. In 10 years you'll see the big difference. You'll see the big like what the key to success really is. You know, because you'll hear it all the time. Buy my book, buy my video, show my, you know, have you ever had, you know, trouble
Yeah.
getting started in life, you know, and they try to sell you something? Well, right here, that's the same thing, but they're gonna show you how. And it's a support group. I got a couple of people in my team that we meet every week. Man, these kids, they're showing me, they're like, dude, they put me on to like some tech, some stocks. So I started like, and this kid, yeah, he flipped. He had a couple of hundred and stuff, but he turned me on to the stocks, and he had his money in American Airlines, and boom, money doubled up easily. Had he had a couple of grand in there, shoot, he would have been sitting pretty. He could have bought himself a car easily. But because he was smart enough to, like, you know, and share that with me, and I shared it with other people, and they're all learning about stocks right now. So that's who you want to be around. You don't want to be around people that just want to like just chill and I don't know. You want to learn. You want to learn with people that are learning stuff. And they're teaching me. They're younger than me. You know, these youngsters, they're teaching me. You know, so if you guys are interested, you know, just holler at Johnny. He knows.
It's the connect.
Holler at him. Yeah, that's the connect, man.
Hey, so
I'm
Nuñez,
surprised.
talking
Say
about
what?
like counseling and all that. Is that like you have a side hustle then? Like besides teaching, is that what you focus
I
on?
have, as a matter of fact, I'm starting to build, and I'm pretty sure next semester. So I stick with they always hear you stick with what you know, right? And
Yeah.
and
Mhm.
because I know teaching, I know education. I'm selling lessons online on Teachers Pay Teachers. So pretty much I could sell a lesson that I produced, right? And I could sell it online for like $2.99, $3.99, $4.99. So basically, I just create a lesson one time, promote it, put it on there, and it just goes into my PayPal account. So the key is to keep producing more and more lessons that people need, and in the future, come August, dude, that's all they're gonna be doing is, and I just gotta find that niche, what teachers need, what grade level, and then just produce lessons that I've used over the years. I've even just put up stuff that like, I'll just throw this up there, and sure enough, somebody bought it. Somebody bought it for like $1.99, you know? So yeah, there's always a side hustle. That one, my brother, he's got this brand. He wants to put out this brand called Dope Sack that he's, t-shirt brand that he wants to make. He's been talking about it for years. And I'm like, dude, you need to do it, man. I already hooked him up with, people that know, I hooked him up with a silk screener. I hooked him up with this cat named Alfredo Mancuso, who's done shirts forever and has his own. You know what he's got? Talk about side hustle. Look it up on Instagram. It's called the Trap Truck.
Trap truck.
The Trap Truck. And what do? They sell expensive sodas. He sells
Like I've heard of that
expensive
before.
sodas. Look
Yeah.
it up. Yep.
Something.
And that kid's from our neighborhood. He went to Verb too. He went to Verb for a year. And he's a BMX guy. But he has the Trap Truck on Instagram, Trap Truck One, Trap Truck LA. And basically he sells expensive sodas. He goes, man, Papa, he calls me Papa. He goes, hey Papa, I don't know why, but they buy it, right? Chips, little snacks. Look at all his celebrities that come through. Check out his celebrities,
Yeah, that's
right?
crazy. Oh,
That's
yeah,
crazy.
yeah. I've heard of this before. Yeah.
Yeah, that's him. And I taught him football. I coached him back in the days. And, matter of fact, he also does film. He wants to sell me I want to buy actually. I bought his, what did I buy? I bought his GoPro. He sold me he had like two. So he sold me his little GoPro. This is 7, I think. He has the 8,
Mhm.
and he's gonna sell me his drone. So when we are ready, we're gonna do some drone footage. I'm serious. I'm like,
Yeah.
he videotaped the drone footage for our high school, and yeah, man. So that's drone. drone flying is he let me do it, so I can probably handle it. But yeah, if you guys need a drone pretty soon, we can do it. So little side hustles, yeah, man. I've always had a little something. My wife and I, we opened up a school. No, I'm sorry, a school supply store when we were at. This was after you guys, but like in 2004, we had a store for like about 5 years, 4 or 5 years, and basically we sold school supplies in Southgate. This was right before the stock, what is it, the economy, the recession. So we ended up closing because it wasn't making a profit because teachers were losing their jobs. There was no money. But I mean, you know, it was an experience. I mean, we had it popping for 7 days a week. We were doing tutoring. I had a little computer section. Kids would come in and use the computers for internet, printing. You know, that's all the stuff that, you know, that you can't do at home. Like, oh, I need to do blah 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 blah, and we would come in and help them. What you need to research on? Here you go. Let me show you. Blah blah blah. You know, they needed help. So yeah, man, I think there's all kinds of opportunities for you guys. If you guys have an idea, just do it. You never know, man. I mean, Frank will tell you. You gotta, you know, you gotta not be afraid. Take a chance and then learn from it. You never know, and then try it again. You know, all right, that didn't work. Let me do this. You know, and then talk to people that have done it. Like he'll put you in contact with people they've done it. You know. That dude Paco, I consider him an expert in marketing. He can market the hell out of a product. He knows how to do that. He's got niche products, and he's able to use Facebook, Instagram. He has a podcast that you guys might want to listen to on Spotify. So yeah. I think I've told you about that one. So yeah, man, I think there's so much for you guys ahead, and you know, this time in life, at this point in life, dude, opportunity is coming, dude. You know, we know there's cycles. Right now, the economy's gonna dip, but then guess what? It's coming right back up.
Yep.
And you guys are in a perfect situation. You're young. You know, a lot of changes are coming, but at the same time, opportunity. But you got to put yourself in that right situation. That's what I see. I mean, me personally, you know, because it's, you know, it's what you do, right?
Yeah.
And all of you guys are still finishing up school, or where you guys are at? Where you at with school?
I graduated from CSUN already, and
All
I'm
right.
currently working with kids who have autism, giving them behavioral therapy.
Nice. Look at that. And everybody else? Anybody else finished school yet?
Yeah, I finished.
I graduated. Oh,
Go ahead.
my bad. Go, Dana.
Okay. I finished school at UC Santa Cruz,
Nice.
and I'm working right now with a housing company in Skid Row.
Ooh. What are you guys building houses or what?
No, we at least my program, which is Housing for Health, we
Uh-huh.
get referred clients, and
Okay. Get them. Yeah, we were just talking about that, like getting them off the streets and stuff, huh? But
Yeah.
it's a process. A lot of them they don't meet the requirements, huh?
Yeah, it's a
It's
long
tough.
process.
But it's like you can't, you know, you have to be a certain, you know, right? It's tough. I can see how a lot of people can't make it into those
Vamos
houses.
a ver cuál.
Yeah. Damn, this looks like one of those TikToks. It looked like one of those TikToks.
I don't know. Is ever gonna respond? Were you gonna say something, Albert? Because I know before you wanted to say
Yeah.
I
something.
mean, I just graduated from CSUN. Just finished doing my credential program application.
Wow. What, to be a teacher?
Yes, sir. Math high
Nice.
school.
What? You gonna be a teacher?
Yep, math.
Hey, didn't I curse him? Am I the one that gave him the curse?
Oh yeah.
Remember I said you're gonna be a teacher? And you said, nope. And I said, I'm gonna give you the teacher curse. And you said, damn, man. Nuñez, now I think I want to be a teacher. Remember I said that?
Yep.
Hey, it's the best thing you could do, man. You're gonna enjoy it. Watch. You're gonna have a blast. It's not a curse. It's just a way to like, I don't know. But I said it. I called it. I think I remember telling you that, and you
I
said
think
no.
you did, yeah.
I just planted the seed. That's all. That's all. Hey, and what about you, Bruce? What
Me?
about you? Oh,
I already said.
I'm sorry. Wait, down here. Oh, that's Edward. No.
Wait,
Wait, what?
what's
And you-
happening? Did it
I'm
freeze?
looking at Edward. I'm looking at Bruce over here.
I'm Bruce.
I know. What about you, Bruce? I'm looking at you now.
Yeah, I graduated from Northridge, and I graduated in psychology, and I'm working with kids who have autism.
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Okay. You know what? You guys sound alike. That's why I was like, shut off. My bad.
Yo.
My bad.
This is why I can unlock Bruce's iPhone. Boys.
With your voice, can you?
Yeah.
That's funny. That's funny. And Louis, you and John are finishing up or going back or what?
Yeah, finishing up. I'm a TA right now for elementary school too.
That's cool, man. That's the best job to have, man. You know, especially I mean they're still paying you guys, right? Even through all of this?
Yeah, and I just got promoted to the full-time TA, so.
Oh, that's even better. Yeah, so yeah, you guys are gonna be. I don't know how they're gonna work it with you guys. I don't think you'll be in the classroom with kids. I don't know how that's gonna work.
Right, they had us teaching our own little groups.
Right, but you can't be like front, like you know what I mean. Like, I guess you'll be, you know, social distancing and just maybe working on computers with them and stuff. But yeah, man, if you really want to be a teacher, man, it's not bad. I mean, the hours ain't too bad either. And then you know, I can see Louis being a teacher too, man. What about you? What are you gonna do?
No, actually, it's funny that you asked that because I have because I know I've told them for a while that I definitely for a period of time I do want to create. Like I'm still going to school.
Right.
You know, I'm also part of a team of a very popular podcast, you know, but yeah, I don't need to brag about that. But no, yeah, but eventually, like I've told them how, whether it's in the school setting or in more of a private tutoring setting, whatever it is, like I definitely want to be in a situation where I can teach whatever I've learned these past couple of years and whatever I'm going to learn in this couple of years. So.
Well, I think that's what you're doing right now with this podcast is you're sharing information, and hopefully it'll help somebody, you know, motivate them and stuff. But the key, let me tell you, the key is education, man. If you got a little degree in your back pocket, hey, the money comes a little easier. I'm gonna tell you what I learned. I went to this workshop, and this dude, he been working for like with the youth and promoting work and all this other stuff. And he says, you know, there's many ways of succeeding, right? Like you can do it. And I've known friends that have done it without college or education. And he goes, yeah, there's many ways. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people have done it. But he said, education is the easiest. And that's true. That's true. I mean, that's what I've seen. You get a little education, whether it's a certificate, right? Whether it's a certificate, what is it? A little license or something. Boom, that's education. You can move on to do something else better. We need to take our health and hey, especially right now. I mean, if you're not in that healthy range, you're putting yourself at risk. So take that into consideration. But I credit it to the class. You know what I mean? Like I just made that a priority. But I credit it to Frank Nuñez's class. Yep. So get that and put that in your timeline, or just check out one of his videos, man. You'll be interested in seeing and learning something. All right, for sure. And we'll see about having him on. Okay.
No, definitely. Again, yeah. Thank you so much for taking the time. I know we got a great conversation, I think, and then again we appreciate you.
It was cool, man. Appreciate you guys.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
For sure, man. Take it easy. Thanks again. Nice meeting you, Diana. Later, Johnny. Edward, Bruce. Hey.
All right, see you soon.
Yo, one last question.
What's up?
When are we going to Roscoe's?
Roscoe's out.
Hey,
yo,
man. But that was good, huh? I was talking about that today, as a matter of fact. My daughter, I taught my daughter how to make those cheesy eggs.
Oh,
eggs. Oh, bro, man, she made some bomb little cheese. She's only 11. I'm like, hey, Sophia, can you make me some cheesy eggs? She knows how to make them now. But I'm like, Roscoe's, bro. So that's definitely one we're gonna do.
For
Diana,
sure.
you been to Roscoe's?
No, I don't think so.
You
Ooh.
watch. That's a treat right there for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, when everything open, I'm sure it's open now, but you know, once
Yeah.
time goes on a
Yeah,
little
yeah,
bit,
Once it's
Take some
safe.
time.
yeah. I'll let you get your first paycheck, and you could buy all of us Roscoe's.
Yeah.
Damn.
He's like, damn.
Is it-
Nah, we'll be good though, for sure though. That's gonna be
Yeah.
the next little outing. Okay.
For sure.
Thanks for,
All right.
thanks for bringing that up, man. All right,
Yeah,
guys.
All right.
mister.
Thank
Take
you
it
again,
easy,
mister.
man. You got it.
Appreciate it.
Peace. Bye.
Go on.
Late.
All righty. Wow. All right. Let me do, let's close it out. Awesome. To anybody who's watching or listening at this point, we thank you again for your support. Yeah, with everything that's going on, keep your heads up, keep moving, keep the movement going. And yeah, dude, shout out to NGO's music, shout out to Scary Pool Party, shout out to the Dreamers. And yeah, we're here with you, supporting you every step of the way. And yeah, what an episode. And thank you guys again also for joining on, Johnny, intern, Bruce, Edward, Diana. Thank you guys again for joining us. And we'll see you guys in the next episode. Stay fat with the PH and God bless.